We got a couple of bugs here. First of all, the common everyday Novoplex original from back in the 50s. Very beautiful bug, chrome plated and so forth. And then the very rare and unusual German Novoplex bug made in 1938. That's prior to the war breaking out. And it's got some very unique features. First of all, notice the fingerpiece. It is contoured to shape of your thumb, and your finger rests in here. It's got a little stop, and it's very comfortable. And I've never seen anything like it. I just love the way it feels compared to the Novoplex. You know, it's just kind of sharp and crude, but this was thought out a little bit. And the other big difference is the dit spring and how it's made. The Novoplex spring, the spring is actually mounted to the main shaft here, and vibrates against this fixed contact. So that's how dots are made. The Novoplex, the spring right here, I'll try to get some light on it the best I can because it's such a dark bug, is the spring is mounted to the post, so it's fixed, mounted, and then the other dot contact is mounted to this arm, which is aluminum, by the way. And then the gap is adjusted by this adjustment here that pulls the contact away or lets the contact move toward. You see it goes behind this little flat thing here that screws back and forth. So it's kind of the opposite of what Novoplex was doing. My theory, if there is one, is that this will eliminate any vibration in the spring itself. When the dot contact from the arm hits it, it pushes it away from this, and then when it moves away from this contact, it moves back over. So it's it looks like they were thinking of eliminating vibrations in the spring, which can cause what they call scratchiness in a bug. And there's been various schemes over the years. McElroy had a scheme where he had a little spring that went over the spring to dampen the vibration. But Novoplex never did do that, as far as I know. The speed is adjusted by loosening the very large and heavy weight and simply sliding it back and forth. And there's a calibrated scale here that goes from 70 up to 170, and I've been told that means characters per minute or something. Whatever. It's a good way to set it, and there is a red mark here on the weight that lets you reset it to the same position. And your dampening is done with this felt piece right here to absorb the vibrations. And then the connections are through a plug here that you simply plug in to the bug. And it's got a cloth covered cord. So there's some differences. This is some kind of bakelite or a plastic type material over a heavy cast iron, and underneath here you can see gigantic suction cups, and that is standard equipment. They're in very good shape. I would have thought by now that they would have been dry rotted or something, but they really do look good. Had a little trouble with it sliding on this wooden surface, just kind of a slick wooden surface. So I've got it pressed against the other bug. I can send a few things on it. So to change speeds, I'm going to speed it up, zip it up here. And to slow her down, you slide her back here. I'm trying to hold the camera and do this at the same time. This will be the slow speed. So it's got a tremendous speed range, which is a huge advantage over the Vibraplex. Vibraplex, you couldn't move this very much, and everybody has trouble getting them slow. They've tried different tricks. They've extended the shaft here and put a big weight out here on the end and all kinds of things. But if you'll notice, the spring on this Novoplex is rather long, and so is this arm here for the weight, and that's why we're able to have such a huge range of speed. Now the dash mechanism is very similar to the Vibraplex. Very little difference, except for the size of the metal here. It's very thick compared to the little arm here on the Vibraplex. That gives you a pretty solid feel. And look at the size of these posts here. They're gigantic compared to these little things here on the Vibraplex. And we got mounting holes here. A couple of mounting holes, one back here on the back and two on the front, so you could actually screw it or bolt it down to the desk should you want to. And let's see, let me kind of turn it around here so you can see the other side of it. Notice the symbol here is exactly the same as our ARRL symbol, and this was apparently, from what I've read, commissioned by the Ham Club in Germany during the period, 1938 or so, and instead of saying ARRL, it says DASD, which is German for the name of their club. Also notice the grounding strap here is a copper piece, and got some calibration here on these adjustment nuts here. Let's see, turn around, see the back end of it. And look at the shape of this paddle here. Is so nice. And it just fits your hand. So there you have it, the Novoplex Bug. Thanks for watching.